Patriots have one of the biggest surprises on the roster at wide receiver. Now, who could that be? Well, ESPN released everyone's biggest surprise player for each team, and they talked about the New England Patriots. And a surprise wide receiver, and I'll just come out and say it. Yeah, it's Efton Chisum III. And now we've talked about Efton so many times on this team, on this channel, but it's about time that he gets some respect from some media platforms like ESPN. I've seen Bleacher Report talk about him, and they made this special graphic, which I thought was pretty cool. And Efton Chisum actually posted that to his Instagram. But this is not a surprise whatsoever if you are a Patriots fan. If you pay attention to the OTAs, if you paid attention to minicamp, if you paid attention to rookie minicamp, you have seen that this guy has broken out as one of the top guys on the Patriots roster. And we talked about him just about 2 weeks ago, before ESPN's article even came out. You can see the thumbnail right here. I'll have that video if you want to go watch it down in the comments and description. That's why you subscribe, because we're talking about it way before ESPN is. We're talking about it way before Bleacher Report is. So go subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/Patriots today. Here's what Mike Reiss had to say on Efton Chisum in this article. Among the things that stood out most while watching the 5'10", 198-pound Chisum, same size as me, actually. He's a lot faster, though. He saw him work in the slot, and he was his spatial awareness, quickness, and sure hands. Specifically, in one practice, when veteran Kendrick Bourne wasn't present, Chisum stepped into the role and led the team in catches that day. The Patriots have 12 receivers on the roster and likely to keep 6. I think they're going to keep 7, with Chisum making an early statement that could be in the mix for one of the final spots on the roster. Chisum, let's be honest here, he was the winner of the Patriots minicamp, the winner of Patriots OTAs, the winner of rookie minicamp, just because of just how much he was on the field. You saw what Mike Reiss said. When Kendrick Bourne, a veteran, was not on the field, he stepped in, was getting those reps with Drake Maye, was getting that trust from Mike Vrabel. And he's coming in, and nobody was really expecting him to make a name for himself. We all know about the history between the Patriots. You had Wes Welker, you had Julian Edelman, you had Danny Amendola. They always loved that small slot receiver. And Chisum, he has shown that, yeah, in Eastern Washington where he was, that he was a dominant force. Every single year that he was in college, he was getting better. You can see 57 to 62 to 84, all the way from 2024, where in that year he broke Cooper Kupp's records, all of them. 120 catches, 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns. So the Patriots thought he was a highly sought-after wide receiver, and the Patriots gave him a guaranteed contract, $250,000 for an undrafted free agent. That makes more money than some of the seventh-round picks like Kobe Minor. So you know the Patriots were obviously had their eyes set on this kid after the Shrine Bowl, and he kind of showed out. And then during OTAs, Drake Maye, your starting quarterback, your second-year guy, is also praising him, saying he had like 50 catches in OTAs. Like, this guy is showing that he should be a part of this roster, and he's also getting some praise from Stephon Diggs, like tapping him on the helmet. Everybody is really taking a liking to Efton Chisum, and I think that he's really made it so that you can't cut him. You at least can't let him get away from this team, because if he goes on another team and he shines, well, the Patriots are going to look like idiots. What's your excitement level for Efton Chisum III? Scale it from 1 to 10. 1 being, yeah, we don't want him. Like, it doesn't really matter. We got our wide receivers. Or 10, like, this guy better make the roster or we're going to crash out. And you will see it right on this channel. We got training camp. What day is it? It's the 8th of July. We have training camp 15 days away, people. That's 2 weeks. It's going to be here before you know it. And when we see Efton Chisum on the field, there's no guarantee that he is going to make this roster. Being an undrafted free agent going into your rookie season, there's a possibility that he could still get cut. But me personally, and we're going to break it down, I don't think it's going to happen. But first, I got a deal for you guys. It's a new deal this week, and it's a Nike t-shirt for $9.99, $10. If you live in a no sales tax state, I think New Hampshire has no sales tax, then you get this shirt for $10. Chatsports.com/PatsNike. It's a nice t-shirt. It's got that performance t-shirt, that Therma fit, where if you sweat, it's hot outside during the summer. Well, it's a good material. So get yours today, chatsports.com/PatsNike. We'll have in the comments and description of today's video. 70% off, people. Go get that deal right now. So when you look at the Patriots wide receiver depth chart, and I've said it so many times, after Stephon Diggs, Pop Douglas, and Kyle Williams, there's not much on this roster. Like, Kendrick Bourne could be a trade or a cut candidate. Kayshon Boutte has been named in trade talks. Jalen Polk, Javon Baker, they've all been named like, hey, these are also cut candidates. They really haven't shown much in their second year. And if you like Efton Chism, he could jump those guys easily. Like right now, it looks like that he's going to make the team. But it all depends because if you look at OTAs and you look at minicamp, you're not wearing any pads. So you get to show your true speed. You don't really have the pass rush coming at the quarterback. So it's just wide receiver, cornerback, one-on-one. So you can't really fully tell. But you can obviously see some potential. And I know I talked about Greg Bedard talking about trading Stephon Diggs, but he was at Patriots minicamp and OTAs, and he was talking to some people within the Patriots organization, and he said this. I think I've used the phrase, it's going to be hard to keep Chisum off the roster. And he actually heard that exact phrasing from somebody the other day with the Patriots. Look, this guy gets open really well, quickly. He catches the ball. There was one stretch, I think it was 4 passes out of like 6 that were caught in practice at the point where I looked over at Phil Perry, who works for NBC Sports Boston, and he was like, Phil, are they going to throw to anybody else in practice? Like, that's how much Efton Chisum is getting open. That's how much he is impressing everybody on this roster. And I think because of it, like Mike Reiss said, there's only going to be 6 wide receivers on this team come the 53-man cuts. I think personally they're going to keep 7 on the roster, so that means a couple people are going to get cut. I guarantee 4 locks to make the roster. I think 5, Kayshon Boutte will make the roster if they don't look to trade him. You got Diggs, you got Kyle Williams, Pop Douglas, and Mac Hollins. So then that leaves a bunch of other guys to be leaving, to be fighting for this roster spot. I'm marking Kayshon Boutte as a guarantee. He looked great last year at the end, towards the end of the year. Once Drake Maye came in, you got that kind of chemistry. So Kendrick Bourne, I really think going on the opposite end of going into the 30s, it's kind of your time is up. Then you have Jalen Polk and Javon Baker. And Jalen Polk, he was looking pretty solid in his workouts, but with his injury, I think the Patriots could also take the advantage of putting him on the PUP list so they can keep him on the roster, just see him. And then Javon Baker, you're gone. You're gone, buddy. Hate to say it. So I think Chisum is going to make the roster. But even if he doesn't, let's say the worst case scenario for me personally, is he going to be on the practice squad? Well, he's got a choice here because I saw it on Twitter on July 2nd. This is from New England Sports Review. I mean, he found this article from the CFL, the Canadian Football League. And the Patriots UDFA wide receiver Chisum was added to the BC Lions negotiation list. The CFL made the announcement today. They have a link of every single player that got claimed to the negotiation list. So a lot of people on Twitter were like, is he going to the CFL? No, everybody can calm down. He's still a New England Patriot. The NFL is priority. But if he wanted to go to the CFL, if he ever decided, hey, maybe this NFL thing isn't working out, I'm stuck on practice squads, he could go to the BC Lions. Like to make anything clearer for you guys, the Toronto Argonauts claimed Shedeur Sanders. I don't think Shedeur Sanders is going to leave the Cleveland Browns to go to the Canadian Football League. So everybody can calm down. It's not happening. We're going to have to see how Chisum does in training camp and once we get to the preseason. Once you get in that actual game film, and I think what helps them is the Patriots also have some joint practices with a few teams. So you're not going to be practicing against just the Pats. You're going to be practicing against other teams. Training camp, you put the pads on, you get to see who the true football players are, and we'll see them a lot in the preseason. If you want Chisum to make the 53-man roster, spam it down in the comments right now. I want to see 100 of them. Spam your 86s. I want to see it down in the comments. I want Chisum to make the roster, and I know you guys want to too. That's going to do it for the latest episode of Patriots Today by Chat Sports. If you want to talk Efton Chisum, if you want to talk the Patriots in general, I had a tweet yesterday about Carlton Davis's burner might be on this channel. Might have a problem here. So go hit me up on Twitter. Go hit me up on Instagram @TheRealAlper. And as always, let's go Pats.